Life's purpose. Since we are born with certain innate genetic qualities, but also influenced by the society we live in, what is the purpose of it all? In other words, how do we navigate life as we grow up? Is there a story or meaning behind a child's development? When we plant a tomato, we have a purpose in mind. We want to eat some delicious tomatoes at the end. Is there a psychological story for a child's growing up? Erik Erikson, born in 1902, died in 1994, a German-American psychologist, believed in the epigenetic principle that all living organisms have a purpose to fulfill their lives. He suggested that humans go through 8 distinct stages in life in the pursuit of fulfilling their life's purpose. In each stage, we are faced with 2 opposite paths, much like the hero's journey in all stories, who must go through many trials to become a hero. These stages, according to Erikson, are 1. Helpless infant learn to trust or mistrust their parents depending on how they meet their needs. 2. Autonomy versus shame or doubt builds up in 2-year-olds as they judge their abilities through their own successes and failures in navigating things. 3. Initiative versus guilt takes place in age 3 to 6 when children's creativity blossoms or tamed through punishment as they explore things. 4. Industry versus inferiority takes place among those aged 6 to 12 when children learn competency or lack of it. 5. Ego identity versus role confusion is when children are 12 to 18. During this stage, children either learn who they are or experience an identity crisis. Stage 6 is between 18 to 30 when a person learns either intimacy or isolation in how they bond with a partner to build a solid relationship. Stage 7 is between 35 and 60 when a person experiences generativity or stagnation in how they feel about their contribution to society at large. These last stages after the age of 60 when a person feels ego integrity or despair. In this stage, people reflect on their life journey as a whole and whether they feel satisfied or despair over the prospect of death. To sum up, Erikson's theory matches a neat little story for our lives. We go through many crossroads, trials, and tribulations, and how we navigate those hurdles can send us in the right or wrong path. This binary narrative fits in with more philosophical or even religious ideas that combine our natural proclivities with our environmental factors, so development is always a mix of both nature and nurture. So to conclude, child psychology broke away from behavior psychology, stating that children's psyche is vastly different from an adult's psyche. We are genetically equipped with certain biological traits, but they tend to be age-specific, like the ability to learn linguistic rules, as Chomsky said, and Piaget's innate cognitive proclivity towards learning by action. While grown-ups can learn by listening, children learn faster by doing. Other psychologists try to highlight the social side of learning, the influence of parents and teachers, arguing that thought process and learning are inherently social. Other psychologists focus on how mother-child attachment is wired in our genes for survival, but also solid foundation, which allows us to explore the world more confidently. Some psychologists looked at how we develop morality and prejudice. But the topic of autism, which has been on the rise in recent decades, posed a very different question. Why is autism predominantly a problem among boys? This is a perfect segue for our next topic and next segment, which is psychology of the sexes. How do males and females are different, and how do they see each other in the world differently?